let me hit you with some of these characteristics, and we'll try to stay on point here. But the D characteristics, power and control. That's why I'm not going to fight with the guy at the back of the room about the phone. He's going to go, I'm not. And I don't say that to be a hard butt, but it's like the D's, and you guys know because you're probably feeling the same way. Like, look, dude, I'm not going to have, I'm not going to have, there's no fight here because I'm in control. And sometimes when you have that control, it's great. But then in your relationship, sometimes that power and control causes problems. But recognizing your customers and your employees who have that characteristic, why am I always butting heads with that person? Because either they want power and control, or they're of a style that you're not comfortable or you don't understand. So I'll use one of my sons. I've got two sons. One's 23, one is going to be 16 here. The 23-year-old, if the house was on fire, this is how he'd leave the house. Oh, man. I guess stuff's going to burn up. Laid back all day long. Hustle! Brilliant kid, top of his class, University of South Carolina, honors college, working for Freddie Mac's, done great for himself. Just doesn't have the hustle muscle per se. Has the mental hustle muscle, but not the physical, right? My other son, right, wired a little bit differently. House is on fire. Oh my God, he's running around. Recognizing the different personality styles has helped me be a better father because I'm the one power and control. I'm the decision maker. We like solving problems. We like results. We decide quickly. Think about this stuff with your customers. You've walked up on them. How much? Well, they don't want the whole sales pitch. As a D, I don't want to be sold to. Right? When I buy a car, I've done the research probably. Look, I know what I can pay. I think I know what I want to pay. I like the negotiation because now we're having a little haggle maybe, right? When you have those customers, don't oversell them. When you run across that D and it's power and control, and you can tell, all right, this guy's a bigwig. Look, I'm not saying kiss his butt. However, understand, if they need the control, like, hey, would it be okay if we start this job Tuesday? Absolutely. You just gave them control. Versus another personality style that says, hey, we're going to start your job on Tuesday. Same thing, two different approaches, okay? Big gestures. And again, I'm just thinking about myself here. I'm just like, that's how I speak, right? Direct tones. My wife says to me all the time, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And sometimes you can be put off. Hey, I'm here for the quote. Okay, great. Take a look outside. You're like, and if you're not careful, you're like, this guy doesn't like me. We're off on the wrong foot. No, man. Analyze it and say, you know what? This person might be a D. Okay? And they're always moving. The D's concerns, they don't want to be taken advantage of. They don't like losing control. Ooh, that's a big one for me. Being disrespected, slow pace, I'm going to kill my kids, right? All talk, no action. Money, results, pace and hustle. I'm kind of blowing through this here to get to this one last column here. The nose, maybe, pretty good. These are the words, gang, when you are selling to a D. Yeah, well, maybe. And again, we have to hedge. Pat talked about his 80%. There's always a way to say something about, hey, I don't know if I can get that. However, I'm connected to an industry and the resources. If I can't, no one can. So you kind of just said, a little waffle there, but you haven't just said, well, maybe. Because to the wrong personality, maybe it's like, well, JC, I'm not confident in that. But if you say yes to everything, I'm going to call BS on you too. Does that make sense? All right. These are other words. Not sure. Probably. I'll probably be there Wednesday. Dude, if you tell me Wednesday, be there Wednesday. All right. I'm going to try. Don't try. Just do it. All right. Selling to Ds. Focus on results. So what does that look like? This is where we get interactive. If you're selling to a D, what are the results you think a D personality wants?
Instant.
Okay, definitely instant. right? They obviously want the house clean. What else?
They probably want to feel like if anybody got over on anybody, they got over on you.
Excellent insight. Like, all right, man, you got a heck of a deal. And I've done this, and it hasn't been a lie, but it's like, all right, listen. Now, some of you guys, you run your business how you want it. But I'd be like, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll knock $25 off. What I do, this is a side note, if anyone hears about me through the Nextdoor app, I typically give them a $25 discount. If I know that going in, sometimes I build it in, sometimes I don't, because it's free. When I do if I do a good job and clean a house, then I put no effort because you're on Nextdoor. And I tell folks, get on Nextdoor, read our reviews, right? But to your point, if they feel like they've got something, that's the results. Again, hey, we got this done. This hard spot that maybe you knew and you didn't want to say anything because you're like, man, I don't know if I want to get into that. You know, and you're like, and we've all done it, but like, you know what, I think I can get that clean, but I don't want to try or whatever. Point that out to them. Hey, you know, I wasn't sure about that right there, but I tell you what, I put some time and effort in that. I got that clean for you. No charge, but I just want, okay, now they're seeing the results, okay? Be brief. There's nothing that irritates me more. Sometimes, as a salesperson, you need to shut up. Stop selling when you sold it. How much? X. What are you going to do? X. When are you going to be here? X. It's not conversation time. They want to move on. They want to multitask. More than likely, a D is probably messing around with something else, right? Because they're doing this, like, oh, I got to get the quote because I'm going to squeeze a quote in before practice, and you know what, I'm going to check my email, and I'm going to clean my bed. And if they're like me, and probably like most of you, like I look at like, oh, I can get all 32 of these things done today, and I get one done. I'm like, golly, like, it's crazy. And it's been so real to me this past month because I took on a bathroom remodel for a friend. I'm not a detail guy because I have no C, and I'll get to the C in a second here. I suck at the details. So I'm like, yeah, man, it's tile. I'm going to rip out the shower. I just ripped that out of my own house, take out the tub and lay some tile. It's killing me. It is killing me because I didn't look at the details. I didn't look at the details. But anyway, be credible. I think we can sniff out the make-believers. And a D, I've walked away from somebody, my wife's like, oh, that person's great. I'm like, BS, sir. My wife's like, what? Because my wife is a high S. She's all about the people. And they'll buy like, oh, what's up? How you doing? They'll fall for the crap. Me, I'm like, you stink. You smell like what, beef and cheese? Is that what the line is in the Elf movie? All right. Anyway, provide choices. This, I can't tell you, this is a point of conflict in my marriage because I like flexibility. And sometimes that hurts me in my business because I'm like, hey, I just sold this job. I could book them Tuesday, but what if I sell another one that I'm going to right now that would make a better, loop for me to get back, and I want to put them in on Tuesday. And sometimes I leave things undone because I'm looking for flexibility. But they do like choices, and I always, again, you guys run it how you want, and Pat has done a phenomenal job where he has the A, B, and C choices, that bundle discount stuff, giving them options. They feel like they can make a choice. All right, get to the point like I need to in this presentation and move on to the I's.